So what I wanted to do today is a little bit of a room tour. No, not of the room I'm in, as that would be pretty uneventful, but I get a lot of questions from people about the tools that we have on our charts. So I thought it would be a good time to go over them with you and what we use them for, right? Which ones are free, which ones are not, and why each of them are playing an important role and what role they play. So let's get right down to it. So the XABCD pattern software indicator, this is probably the one that you notice most on our charts, and it is because it's the one that is most used. So it comes pre-configured with all the patterns that you see us use on a daily basis, but also allows you to build in your own patterns without any additional coding. Okay, you're also going to get alerted to the pattern on the exact tick that the pattern becomes valid, and it does all the scanning and alerting for you. So basically all your heavy lifting of trying to find patterns go out the window, and you just wait for the next alert to come in. So besides from all that automated XABCD pattern finding, we also have a suite of drawing tools that you can map out patterns as you see them in the market. You might see something that looks like a pattern, you want to check it out, so you draw it on. It will self-validate and change colors on the fly so that you know it's valid. Of course, a lot of people then end up wanting to turn off the ratios because they become pointless to see. All they have to wait for is that pattern to become a certain color and they know what it is. So that's something else that you could use. So really the choice is yours. Do you want to do it automatically, or do you want to draw them on yourself, or perhaps you want to do a little bit of both? That choice is yours to be made, but it is both included with the indicator. Now this indicator can do so much more, and we'll put a link to everything if you want more information on how you can see historical patterns for backtesting or configure targets, and how to use Fibonacci time measurements that can really help you. So the links to that is all in the description. Now this one's really cool. This is our XEVCD sonar indicator. This is a tool we use to help us weight trades, okay, as it tries to model and forecast how we want to weight trades in the market based off frequency waves. So should you be weighting a trade heavier or lighter? Well, since we all know how important our actions are that must be consistent, weighting trades are the same way, and doing that consistently is no different. Now this is where sonar really helps, okay, to be able to draw into the future, which is very rare for a tool to show you what could potentially happen versus what has already happened. So the Hearst, this is a tool that we use for the same purpose as sonar, which is just another way of looking at the same data to see if the data is forecasted to have persistence in it or anti-persistence in it. So if the data is being forecasted as showing a lot of increased anti-persistence, then we know we have a better chance for a reversal to happen. If that same data is showing persistence, that price is going to persist in the same way it's going, we know that the chance of a reversal in that position basically might not hold. So you can certainly see why an indicator like this would be very useful for you. So the position calculator sizing tool, okay, this is going to help you calculate your position size. So if you want to risk 1% of your account, what is that position size? If you're holding an account in US dollars, which has a stop that is 8 ticks away or 10 pips away or 56 pips away, what is that position size going to be? Now, what if you want to change that weighting to that trade to 0.55%? Okay, what is your new size of that trade? This can all be done with the position tool, adding in multiple targets and taking that into consideration. So an absolute must if you're planning on trading the markets consistently and weighting your trades consistently. So the news indicator, this will draw news events on your charts for the entire week, showing you both the past and the upcoming news event markings. Okay, this is going to be wonderful for knowing when upcoming events could be affecting your position. We do have a pro version for this. This is like a free one as well, but we have a pro and a free version. The pro one does things like allows you a lot more customizable features. It allows you to have alert sounds and have alerts trigger before news events with buffer zones, different way of handling news events and multiple news events. There was a whole bunch of features after we released the free version that had then become the pro version, so both are available. Now, one thing that is pretty cool is if you trade the Forex, it does sort of like a smart filtering. So let's just say you were going to put the news indicator on the Aussie CAD. By default, you'll only see the news that will impact the Australian dollar or the Canadian dollar. You're not going to see news that impacts, let's just say, the British pound, because that's not likely to affect the Aussie CAD. So that's going to show you only what you really need to see. Now, you can turn this on to show you all the news. You'd want to do that if you trade futures, but that is something that is available to see if you wanted to only see what would be affecting that instrument. So the Priceline indicator, this is a simple tool that will help you tremendously. It's just going to draw a line at the current price, but where it's helpful is when you go back in time, if you're looking at areas of support and resistance in past history, and you want to then go, okay, well, where is that support or that high or that low in relationship to where current price is? You don't have to kind of re-scroll your chart around. You know exactly where current price is because the line that's being drawn right across all the historical bars in your chart. So it's very easy to see, and also if you're trading price action and you want to see where it is in relationship to where that candlestick is, and just being able to see it more visually and have it be more clear, it certainly is useful, and that one is free. You can go grab it. Links are in the description. Well, that's it. I mean, quite a few, but you can see how they each have their own purpose, but they also kind of come together to help those trade XABCD patterns. Now, if you are wanting more information on trading XABCD patterns, there is a pretty basic course that you can get started with. I'll put the video up right here, and we'll also send a link below in the descriptions to all the indicators, but also the news and Priceline indicators that are free for your grabbing. So don't forget to subscribe and grab those indicators, and we'll see you guys in the next video.